This episode of The Couch is proudly supported by Crown and Andrews Board Games. Fun for the whole family. And Scoot Airlines. Get out of here with Scoot.
Hello Australia, welcome to another Big Couch, 6:11 to be exact. We have got a big show today. Photographer Alex Kearns is in, talking about her brand new book. We've also got Pipeline Charity coming in about their ride that's coming up. We talked to Youth Focus WA. Demels is back with music again. We've got a brand new guy doing movies, Luke Jago. We'll talk to him as well about that. Bitchin' panel is back. We've got Chris, we've got Jen, and we've got Steve coming in. Stay tuned for that. And we've also got Cara Walker talking about the need to get rid of plastic bags in our shopping centres. We'll talk about that as well. And Pick Up the Phone is back thanks to Scoot. We're giving people the chance to go anywhere in the world where Scoot flies. Stay tuned, we'll give you details to that. And there's an amazing singer coming up. What's her name?
I don't know. What's her name?
Look, it says it on the paper.
Oh, it's me!
Danny Stefanetti's coming up. And as a special, take it away, Danny. Roll the opener.
I haven't played this in a long time.
It's showtime on the couch. It's showtime on the couch. You can see it from your house. You can see it from your house. Yeah, it's showtime on the couch. We fret and the best in town. You can see it from your house. Yeah, it's showtime on the couch.
Doesn't matter how many times I hear that song, I still love it. Danny, can you do it again? No, she won't. Some sort of union award. That's okay, we paid her $5 for it. No, thank you very much, Danny. Now, guess what, folks? I did make a little bit of stuff up in the opener. It's Youth Futures. The CEO is coming in and one of the people who are taking part in that amazing pipeline race that's coming up very soon. Nisha's got the guests, and we're going to talk to them very soon. Now, thank you, Danny. I know you're coming up. She's so eager now. Danny's coming up to open the show, folks, with a beautiful song saying, it's actually called You Ought to Know. Here she is.
You wanna know what you mean to me, in case I never said. Starry nights, all of these lights are going to our head. Sweet memories of only us, yeah. You wanna know what you mean to me, in case I never said, in case I never said. You wanna know what I was gonna say when I came over, babe? Oh, I got a little closer, but you just walked away. All these crazy emotions from Monday to Friday are going to our head. I just can't wait to see you again, 'cause you wanna know what you mean to me, in case I never said. Starry nights, all of these lights are going to our head. Sweet memories of only us, yeah. You wanna know, you wanna know, you wanna know. You're only in my head. I love you. Oh. Da 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 da. You wanna know what you mean to me, in case I never said. Starry, starry nights, all of these lights are going to our heads. Sweet memories of only us, yeah. You ought to know what you mean to me. In case I never said, in case I never said.
Thank you very much, Danny. Well done. A wonderful song. And you can have a rest now, Danny, but make sure you come back in about 54 minutes. Thanks. She'll be back at the end of the show. We're not pushy here. I was just having a look at this book, and it's got one of our camera person's name in it. It's got Cass in there. The photos, terrible. I think I'm going to ask our camera person to sue you. Alex Kearns, welcome back.
Hi, Fred. How are you?
Nice to have you back. This is Alex Kearns, everybody, from Houndstooth Studio. You take amazing photos of pets, and you do a lot more as well. You do a lot of charity work. Tell us a little bit about you before we talk about your book.
I do. So my main bread and butter is every day I'm in the studio photographing people's beloved pets. So that's from dogs, cats, rabbits, mice, birds, even fish, ferrets, you name it. And then I use the time that I have from working for myself, I guess, and the funds that I raise through my business to do charity projects all around the world and help animals as well.
Now, how long have you been a photographer? I think I've known you for maybe 8 years or maybe a little bit less than that.
Yeah, I think so.
Is it 8 years or thereabouts?
It is. I've probably been working professionally for nearly a decade, so you've known me for most of that time. So
you're wonderful. You do amazing photos. The photos that you take for this book, how did you pick the photos?
Well, the book's called Perfect Imperfection, and it features animals with disabilities. So probably about 8 years ago, the first, I think it was a dog that came in and had an eye missing, or maybe it was a leg missing, and they just started to come in more and more. People started to bring them in, and they were also adoptable through the rescue centres too. And so I was photographing more and more animals that kind of met the Perfect Imperfection category.
Isn't it a wonderful idea? Because we do that with us. We're finally telling people you don't have to be a perfect 8 to be a model or to be on TV and all this sort of thing. And now we're telling people it's okay to have a problem. If a pet's got a problem, they can still be loved.
Definitely.
They'll still be a great pet.
And I mean, probably when I was a child growing up, if a puppy was born with a deformity, the first thought would have been euthanasia. And these days, these animals live worthy, long, valuable lives, and they actually need the same things as any other animal does, and they give the same love as any animal does as well.
Now, the books have been produced by ABC Books, or published by ABC Books, which is wonderful.
Yeah.
They're out in all the ABC shops, I'm assuming?
Well, they're in all bookstores and available online, yes.
Fantastic.
Yep.
How did you get the deal? How did you get involved with ABC?
Well, I actually had a publishing contract with HarperCollins in America, and they own ABC Books in Australia. So for my next book, I really wanted to do this book as book number 5, and I pushed really hard for it, and ABC Books really wanted to do it with me. So they have been absolutely fantastic, and I think you agree, the way they've put the book together, it's just beautiful.
Very professional. All your photos are amazing, and I mean, that adds to the book. I have to say, if you've got a good photographer, the photos are just amazing. How you capture animals in the right light and the right angle. How many times do you have to take a photo? Do you take it like 50 times, 100 times, or is it just fluke?
Do you know what, most of them are split seconds, but I always kind of don't see it as being me either. It's a team effort, so that animal has to be giving me that pose or that expression, and it's my job to capture it. So it's mostly split second timing, and that great relationship that I have with my subjects, because I love them. So.
How long did it take you to put the book together?
Probably took about 12 months. I had most of the subjects that I'd collected over the last 8 years, and that was in relation to your first question. I started seeing a pattern there, and they just stood out to me because they're so resilient and get on with life.
They're beautiful.
And they live full, happy lives, and they're worthy. So it probably took about a year to get it all done. And then towards the end, I photographed an extra 10 dogs just to really fill it. There's about 80 photos in there of 60 subjects.
Do you have a favourite or some favourites?
I love the little dog that's on the back, Bali Pip. She was my first ear. She had mange, and she was from a rescue called BAWA, Bali Animal Welfare Association in Bali. And she was the first photo that I ever had that went viral on the internet. It went crazy when I put her photo up.
Ewok, isn't it?
She's people
Star
think
Wars.
Yoda. They look,
Yoda,
like Yoda,
that's the one.
And she now looks like a little black and white Kelpie, and she's healthy and happy.
So cute.
Yeah, and we actually had a fundraiser for BAWA, and in one evening we made $15,000, mostly selling copies of that print.
Now, talking about your fundraisers, you do a lot of them. Any others coming up very soon?
I just had one. Deb and I actually just went to Tassie to photograph for Bonnarong Wildlife Sanctuary there, and we photographed baby wombats. And we released a limited edition wombat print from that shoot. Sold out in 36 hours, 100 copies.
Fantastic.
So we raised them $6,000.
This book here, Perfect Imperfection, part proceeds help as well.
They do. A lot of the dogs in the book have lost an eye or a limb due to cancer. And I think the statistic is that 1 in 4 domestic pets will contract cancer throughout the course of their lives, which is just shocking to me. So we're donating part of the proceeds to the Australian Animal Cancer Foundation, and they are trying to find a cure for canine cancer. which if they do, it interchanges with human cancer cures as well. So benefits everyone if they do.
Do you sort of pinch yourself after all these years? I remember when you started doing this sort of work and I thought, it's different. Do you sort of pinch yourself and look at all the places you've been and all the people you've met and the animals you photographed? Is it an amazing life?
Yeah, it is, and it is exactly that. It's a lifestyle. It's something that when we travel, we do photography tours or we do charity projects, and I'm really blessed that I guess I found photography quite late in life, and I feel very blessed by all those things that it has put into my life.
But you haven't stopped working. Your shop's still available. Tell us where the shop is and what people can get from you.
Awesome. So my studio is in North Perth on the corner of Loftus and Burke Street. You can't miss it. And if anyone wants to bring their pet in, they can just drop us an email and we'll book them in, and they can have a photograph like this as well.
You can't bring your horses in.
I'll go to you for horses, that's
yes.
fine. I'll get in the car.
The studio's not big enough. Now, website, if people want more information, I see it on screen. Give us your website. You've got a Facebook page as well.
Yeah, sure. It's www.houndstoothstudio.com.au, and Facebook is Houndstooth Studio.
And they can get the book from there as well?
Yes, they can. They can jump on. We've got lots of links there for the book online too.
And can we tell people how much the book is?
It's $24.95 in some stores and similar sort of price online as well.
Fantastic. Alex Kearns, it is always a pleasure to catch up with what you're doing, and whatever you're doing, it's always good.
Thank
you.
So
thank you very much for coming in. Best of luck with the book, and your next trip?
My next trip is the Galapagos and the Amazon in late April. We're leading a photography tour, which will just be incredible, so can't wait to get some pictures back from that.
Molly would say, do yourself a favour, get the book. There it is, Perfect Imperfection. Thank you very much, Alex.
Thanks, Fred.
And we'll see you very soon, I'm sure.
For sure, thank you.
Love it. Something else that's happening is a fantastic pipeline ride for charity, and with that story and the guest is our very own Nisha Seth. Over to you.
Thank you, Fred. Certainly from one very meaningful organisation to another. Very happy today to have on the couch Mark, the CEO of Youth Futures.
Thank you.
Welcome to the couch. And you've brought along a friend today as well.
I have. This is James. James is one of the participants of the Pipeline Challenge and a good friend who we've done a number of charity events with. And James actually participated in the event last year.
Wonderful.
You could call me Mark's Perfect Imperfection.
We do like your beard, and I'm
Thank you.
That's you've done really well.
One of the sponsors is Office Solutions IT.
Okay.
So
fantastic.
we're a tribute to the blue colours of Office Solutions.
We might have to see if we can get Alex to come and take some photos of some of the cyclists, maybe.
Yeah.
We need a good photographer.
Some of the animals along the way as well that you see during the actual ride as well.
Absolutely.
Well, there's animals on bikes too.
Oh, wow. So what I'd like to do is find out a bit more about Youth Futures first. Tell us about what you do, what services you provide to the community.
We've been around 30 years, so we're pretty much celebrating our 30th anniversary this year. Started back in 1988. We have 19 different services that we provide to young people, usually disadvantaged young people that need, I guess, help from the community. We've got young people that are homeless, so young people that have been living on the street. We've got crisis accommodation services. We've got medium and long-term accommodation as well. And then we have a whole range of support services. So I guess in the early days of the organisation, it realised that providing a bed and a meal wasn't going to solve some of the issues these young people had. So it divided itself up into basically 3 streams of services. One's the homeless, then the support services to help young people with mental health, drugs and alcohol, food, clothing, all sorts of things. And then the third aspect of the organisation is really around education. We're firm believers that education is key to breaking that cycle and providing young people with the skills and the abilities to get a career, a job, apprenticeships, traineeships, or whatever it might be.
Fantastic. I like the sustainable solution too.
Absolutely.
So empowering youth to move forward themselves as
well. They are our future, so I think if we can help them while they're young and they're going through these difficulties in their life, we're going to help them for their whole life.
It's wonderful, Mark. And I guess a part of this pipeline challenge is to support a particular part of Youth Futures focus at the moment. Tell us about that.
Well, we have a program called The Nest, and it's a program we've been running for about 9 years. We had a young girl in our crisis accommodation service who was at late stages of pregnancy, and basically when she gave birth to the baby, she was homeless. So she actually lost custody of the baby. And for us, that was really sad and something that we found unacceptable. So we sat down and we decided that we were going to start a service, and we called it The Nest. And now it works with teenage young mums that are escaping domestic violence, abuse, and at risk of losing custody of their child. And we provide a whole range of homes that we've got, and we help them to adjust to life being, a young mum. Imagine being a teenager and then all of a sudden you're a young mum. We help them develop good bonding skills with their children, help them get the young children to reach their developmental milestones. The list goes on. And then there's obviously the long-term things. We want these young mums to be able to go back to school, get a job, plan for the future, save up for their own bond, all sorts of things.
That's fantastic. So much work and such a diverse array of services for youth there as well. Let's talk a bit about the Pipeline Challenge.
Well, the Pipeline,
what's involved?
Well, the Pipeline started because the Nest is a program that, as an organisation, we fundraise for, and we needed something that was more sustainable. So for the Nest, the Pipeline is the solution that we came up with, and what it is an amazing, basically 600-kilometre ride from Kalgoorlie to Perth.
You did this last year, didn't you?
I did, and I loved it. And if you're thinking about it, do it. Jump on board. There's still only 49 days to register.
Wonderful.
But yeah, where I found it so spectacular was it is not what you expect. I had visions of a silver pipe and desert. It's not that at all. There's beautiful Australian bush. There are hills there. One of the days was equivalent to stuff that I've done in Europe. And then it was that community, the camping, the helping each other. A car gets bogged, we all wrap our arms around each other, and to know that the greater good is to help these young mums.
So multiple layers of opportunity being involved in the Pipeline Challenge. It's a fitness challenge. It's for a very good cause, and you're doing so well. Unfortunately, time goes so fast, but how can we get involved? What do we need to do to find out more?
Well, look, we've got a website, www.pipelinechallenge.com.au. You can go online, see all the information about the event, contact us if you're interested in doing it. There's still spots available. And as James said, it's not 49 days to register, it's 49 days till we ride. So you've still got plenty of time to get organised. And it's one of those events that you can do as an individual, or you do it as a team in a relay mode. So all sorts. We've had young families come and do it with their kids, all sorts of people. So it's a great opportunity for anyone to get involved.
Wonderful. And the bonding around the campfire, we were talking a little bit earlier, saying, you know, you ride and you can sit with your mates, have a drink, catch up.
Absolutely.
And kids, I guess a lot of lessons around taking a challenge, sitting in discomfort but getting through it.
Absolutely.
Crossing the finish line in Mundaring Weir. It's a great sense of achievement. Yeah, you've got sand in places you never knew existed, but you look back and you go, yeah, I've put myself into a different space and I've had rewarding moments, which I didn't expect.
Okay, wonderful. Oh, goodness. So we need to know where to find out more. So if you just wanted to look down the barrel of the camera, Mark, and let everyone know where to find out more.
Okay. Well, you can give us a call at our office, 93002677, ask to speak to myself or Erica, or you can go to the website, www.pipelinechallenge.com.au. All the information's on there, but feel free to send us an email and we'll provide you with whatever you need to know.
Sounds like a very exciting opportunity. Thank you so much for both of you coming on the show. Mark, James, we'll look forward to maybe having you on afterward to tell us how it's all gone as well.
Wonderful. Thank you very much for having us. And maybe one day we can give you a bike and you can come and join us.
I will. I'll take that challenge up. I will, definitely. It's important to try new things.
It is.
So once again, if you've missed any of that, of course, you can go to thecouch.com.au, our Facebook page as well, to find those links. But for now, it's back to you, Fred.
Thank you, Nisha. And I forgot to say to Mark and James, of course, if you throw in a couple of bottles of wine, you're more likely to get us both there.
It's a done deal.
Thank you. And we might even get Alex if you throw in a third bottle. Can I just say, we gave out the website as well as youthfutureswa.com.au. Everything links from that page. So if you've left that out, you didn't get the website, check out our website. The show's online as well, and we'll also put a link on our website. We're going to go to a break, because coming up after the break, we're going to talk music and we're talking movies as well, right after this. Welcome back to The Couch, episode 611. It's been a good show so far, and I'm not saying it's not going to be even better now, because we've got Demelza Leonard back to do music, and we've also got someone new called Luke Jago, which we'll introduce to you very soon. So welcome to both of you.
Thank you.
But welcome to you, Demelza.
Thank you.
How's mumming going?
Mumming is good. Mumming is interesting.
Yeah?
Mumming is very tiring.
I know. I've watched you on Instagram. Your little boy is so cute, and your husband's okay as well, I guess.
Yeah, you know.
And you're all good? You're back to... See, I haven't seen you for about 3 or 4 months.
No, it's been busy. Started a second business venture, so Boss Mode Radio, so all about the small business people out there. So, yeah, so it's been... that plus DL Social plus a running, talking 16-month-old.
We're going to have to get you back to talk about the Boss Radio venture, if you don't mind.
I would love to.
Sounds good. Yeah. But I know you're covering a few great topics today.
Yes,
but no ABBA again this year.
No, I'm sorry. You're going to have to call your mates and ask them to kind of Put the fire up them a little bit.
Yeah, do you know what? I'm going to have to. Maybe in the background, if you don't mind, I'll just sing an ABBA song every time you're on. So let's
Why
try.
not?
Can you hear the drums, Fernando?
I don't know, maybe Dua Lipa could probably fall into that play. Dua Lipa is currently touring the country with Bruno Mars as support.
I like Bruno Mars.
And unfortunately, she's had to pull out of 2 of her Brisbane shows and now Sydney as well. Her wisdom teeth have been causing her great pain. And she's had to have emergency dental surgery. So whilst they thought it would only be the Brisbane shows that she'd be pulling out of, it's now looking like pulling out of, no pun intended.
Now, if she rung me, I would have set her up straight with my friends at DB Dental.
Nice smile.
Yes.
Yeah. So she's been advised now. She still hasn't recovered from those wisdom, the surgery.
Yeah, they take a while.
So they said the Sydney shows she was out of as well, but she should be back on the rest of the show, which means she should be ready to go for the Perth shows, which are coming up this Wednesday and Thursday.
Oh wow, so quick, Bart.
Yeah.
Because normally when you have the wisdom teeth out, you're like, maybe it's best if she mimes.
Well, you know, lots of ice cream, maybe
But good on her.
lots of that.
Good on her. Let's wish her all the
potato
best.
mash. Yeah. So hopefully speedy recovery to Dua Lipa. The Wiggles. Now, interesting story about those lovely 4 quartet.
Yes.
Ed Sheeran has been performing to 1 million viewers. Well, this isn't quite Ed Sheeran. He could do
I've
well
been
in the
hearing
Wiggles
this at
though,
home
couldn't
all
he?
week.
Rock your
And I've been wondering, why am I hearing this in the background?
Well, the Wiggles are closing in on Ed Sheeran's #1 top spot on the ARIA
Are you
chart.
serious?
Yeah, they have debuted at #3. They are predicted to overthrow our lovely friend who's been performing to over 1 million people in Australia. And they are the current #1 Australian album.
Well, you have to congratulate them as Australians, don't we?
Well, look at that. I mean, they bring in $32 million a year.
Let's give them a round of applause. Go on,
yes,
they
let's
deserve a
clap
round
for
of
the
applause.
Wiggles.
I'm still not going to play their CD in the car because I think people look at you funny.
Everyone loves to do the propeller.
It's
you know?
either that or
Hot
Johnny Young. If I
potato.
play Johnny Young or the Wiggles, I think I might play the Wiggles.
The Wiggles, well, it's a #1 Australian album at the moment,
Fantastic.
so
Good
why
luck
not?
to it.
And Smashing Pumpkins,
Yeah.
they are making a return.
Why?
Yeah, why?
Why did you have to tell them?
them? So
Nah, they are good.
Billy Corgan has announced that the Smashing Pumpkins have been in the studio. They've been creating music, and they have enough for 2 EPs that they will be releasing
Really?
later this year.
2, not 1.
2 EPs. The band has completed 8 songs already.
Are they going to call themselves Smashing Pumpkins still?
Yep, still the Smashing Pumpkins. They said it's majority of the original crew that will be back together
See, I
to
thought mashed
perform.
potato might sound better, but
No,
Smashing
still
Pumpkins. I guess
still
there's
Smashing
a
Pumpkins.
following that love the group, and they're still out there.
That's exactly
Fantastic.
it. And they've teamed up. They said first EP is due out in May, and they've teamed up with super producer Rick Rubin, so you
Oh,
can
wow.
expect some pretty decent stuff from them.
I know this is on the spot. Have you heard the latest about the Spice Girls? Are they coming back or not? Because I read a controversial thing. One of the Spice Girls, the lady
Yes.
that's married to Beckham, I never know the right names, but
Posh, yep,
yes,
Victoria.
is she the one that doesn't want to come back?
Yes. So what's happening is there's all these gossip sites that are saying yes, they're getting together, and then she's having to quash them. So
She's not interested, is she?
No, she's got a multi-billion-dollar fashion empire.
And her
with,
husband's
with
doing
her
well,
labels.
and she's
He's
busy being a
doing
mum.
great. The kids, you know, Brooklyn Beckham is
I
a
don't
model
blame
now
her.
too. You know,
And she's got to work with those other 2 lovely ladies.
well, exactly. So you know, she's obviously there's been beef in the past, and just don't
Obviously,
want to
the
keep it
other
going.
2 want the money and they want to go back out, and she doesn't. She's happy with her life the way it is.
So it'll be interesting if anything does happen, but she said she's definitely not touring with them.
Fair enough.
So
Maybe they can speak to ABBA
there may be. Well, on that note, let's have a look at the top 3.
if we have to. Number 3, here they are. They're good songs.
Coming in at #3 is Kendrick Lamar featuring SZA with All the Stars.
Awesome clip. Number 2,
Number 2, it's Psycho, Post Malone featuring Ty Dolla $ign.
what a name, Psycho. Number 3, number 1.
And it's Drizzy Drake with God's Plan
I actually
at
don't
number
mind this
1.
one.
This is a good one. And the video clip, he basically, all the money that was going into creating the video clip,
Yeah.
he donated to less fortunate in the city in Miami,
Yeah.
and gave scholarships and helped homeless people and
What a
things like that
wonderful
with
thing
it.
to do.
So
Amazing. It is nice to see you back. Hopefully be
Thank
back in
you.
a couple of weeks.
yes, definitely.
Love to see you there. Demelza Leonard, everybody.
Thank you.
Our music lady. Give her a round of applause. Well, 1 round of applause would be nice. Thank you very much.
That's all right. Thank you.
Obviously, not all the crew are happy to see you back. Yeah. There you go. That's Demelza. Thank you, Demelza. We'll see you in a couple of weeks. Now,
Yes.
Scoot is back on board, folks, and they are giving away some amazing deals. We are giving away to 10 lucky home viewers. Let me tell you, 10 lucky home viewers, that's you who are watching the show today, could have the chance to go to these locations. Athens, Male, which is the Maldives, Berlin, Singapore, China, Cambodia, Malaysia, Indonesia, Hong Kong, and many more locations in the Scoot network. How do you enter? Very, very simple. All you have to do to be in the running, every month, we're going to call one person on the phone, and if you pick up the phone within 5 rings, but first to get in, all you have to do is SMS me to 0439 929 929, or you can email us as well at scoot@thecouch.com.au. So take your pick, scoot@thecouch.com.au, or the 0439 929 929, the phone number. We need your details as well, your name and address on either of those modes, and you also need to put the code word, which is SCOOT, SCOOT. Now, if we pick you every month, so every week we will play this promo, and if we pick you at the end of the month and we call you and you answer within 5 rings, you could have the chance of flying anywhere in the world. We're giving away 5 of those packages, and we're giving away 5 from Perth to Singapore or Sydney to Singapore. So it's from anywhere in Australia. I'll repeat that again. Anywhere in Australia, so it's not just from Perth, and we'd love you to enter. So thank you very much to Scoot, and the flights will include return tickets for 2. They'll also include from any city in Australia, and the Flybag promotion, which is of course your luggage, your food and your seat. There you go. What are you waiting for? Be different. Fly Scoot is our motto, and we'll tell you again next week how to enter, so get on board. Okay, somebody that is on board is our good friend Luke Jago, and with him is his good friend Steve Collins. Welcome back.
Have you got my phone number so that you can call me for the
I thought you meant
promotion?
to block the number.
No,
isn't it amazing? Scoot
great
are
flight.
wonderful, wonderful people.
It's a wonderful airline, and those 787 Dreamliners, wonderful.
Incredible. And they're also bringing out on some of the longer routes the A380 as well, I believe.
Are they really?
So I'm actually hoping to speak to Jared, the CEO here in Australia,
All right.
General Manager,
Okay.
in the next few weeks anyway,
Okay,
and he'll
good.
tell us what else is happening at Scoot. But what's happening with this young man that's sitting next to you?
Well, I want to introduce you to Luke, because we've known each other for a long time. Luke, if whatever there is to know about films, Luke sort of knows it. But he is also our movie reviewer on Peter Newman's Sunday Brunch on 6PR.
Where you've just come from.
Where I've just come from. And so when you said to me you were looking for a new movie reviewer, I said, you've got to have Luke Jago because he's fantastic.
And you see, he's built him up now. For
No,
you.
I have.
No
So
pressure
you,
at all.
you better be good, Luke.
Is that like a
I'm
disclaimer?
trying.
And underneath you'll see, I am not responsible for him.
Exactly right.
Well done. Well, thank you very much. I know you did promote him quite
Yeah.
well. You've got a good friend there, and you used to
Yes,
be
thank you,
an
Steve.
actor in the
Yes.
police academy. Both of you used to be actors
That's
in
what we met.
That's
Yeah.
where we met.
Yeah.
I think we're in the lock-up together when we
Yeah,
first
we've been
met.
in the
Yeah, I
lock-up
think so.
times,
Yeah.
yeah.
So fantastic to have you
Good
here.
times. Yeah.
Let's put you to the test, Luke. What
Okay.
movie have you got coming up first?
All right, well, we're going to talk about Blockers, okay?
Yep.
Blockers, it's a new comedy. It's coming out. It's got Leslie Mann, wrestler John Cena, who's really funny in this movie, and he's still wrestling as well, but he's, delving into comedies and stuff now, and he's really funny. He's really good.
I watched the trailer the other day. Now, you
Yeah.
watched the movie.
I actually saw the movie, yeah.
in my place, sort of thing. But it was, it looks very funny.
It's a crowd-pleasing film, and the cinema were just in riotous laughter most of the way through it, and it's raunchy, it's a little bit rude. It's
Are you
for
sure you
parents
didn't pick
and
up the wrong
kids.
tape?
Yeah, no,
I wondered where my tape had gone.
that's right.
Raunchy.
Yeah, very
now,
raunchy.
No one's ever described a movie as raunchy. What do they actually do in the movie?
Well, look, it's blocking. It's about blocking your kids. Okay, it's prom night. Okay.
Someone told me that's not the real name of the movie.
No, it's not. Well, you could call it rooster blocking if you want
Oh,
to.
if you pick a picture of a rooster.
Yeah,
and
picture
you can,
of a rooster.
You can sort of, between your
You
own
can
little
guess
imagination there.
what it might be. Yeah. So these parents, they find out that they've each have a daughter, and they've all decided to make a pact to lose it on prom night. So the parents find out about
Parents or the daughters?
the daughters.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Yeah, the parent.
That could give a new twist to the movie.
Yeah, that'd be interesting. And that's why it's a good movie, because it's for parents. You can go and watch it, and it's for kids as well. It caters to every
good.
demographic, and it's just really funny. Just a great.
If you just
time.
want a break in the week, go and watch it. Here it is. Here's
Yeah,
the trailer.
check it out.
Blockers.
Scoot going through the laundry, found these new thongs.
You know I love it when the music's loud, but come on, strip that down for me.
Tonight, I'm tearing these out with my teeth like an old school cartoon Billy Goat.
Honey, Mitch, those are your daughters.
I'm ready. You look beautiful.
I used to hold that girl in the palm of my hand.
Kayla's becoming a woman. You're gonna have to deal with that.
Thanks. Was looking for that.
We gonna light it up like it's prom night.
Dad, why are you here?
You think I'm gonna miss the most important night of your young life?
Isn't that graduation?
Graduation is for losers.
Tonight is the first night of our adult lives. I want to go to prom and lose my goddamn virginity.
Prom night. It's kind of perfect.
I'm in.
Julie left her laptop open.
You guys are snipping on our kids?
All emojis have a secret meaning.
Oh, eggplants are dicks. This is some kind of a dick-related agreement.
Maybe they're just saying, hey, you're okay with me. You're okay with me.
I mean, maybe.
What?
Our girls are not thinking things through. I'm gonna stop them.
I'm in.
I'm fully planning on having sex tonight.
Wherever the night takes us.
The night's gonna take us there.
Wherever the wind sails our ships.
Your ship is going into my harbor.
They're getting away.
WWVDD.
What would Vin Diesel do?
Hey, Fast and the Furious is completely unrealistic. It's not a documentary. I get that.
I'll do anything for my daughter.
What about a chugging contest?
Bring it. No, we're chugging, right?
We're butt chugging.
On the count of 3.
Oh! They got a lager or an IPA.
No.
Doesn't matter.
Oh my God.
Jesus, he's spit roasting himself.
Pose, Brian!
Pose! Oh! Aspen! Oh!
Are you a team player or aren't you?
I just chugged a 40 with my asshole. I'm a team player.
Why would you want to block Coke? Coke
We'll have a
blockers.
talk later,
Oh,
Fred,
okay.
and
I
I'll
must
fill you in.
misheard you.
So yeah, 90% Rotten Tomatoes, it's doing well. It's out this Thursday. coming
Beautiful.
out.
What's the next one?
We've got That's Not My Dog. Can you imagine what that's about?
That used to
at
be an
all?
old joke.
It's a punchline to a
Yeah.
joke, and that's what this movie looks like as well. It looks like just that Shane Jacobson, who
There's
was
a
Kenny.
lot of comedians in this.
He just gets all his mates to
Now
come
you
to
know
a
what all the unemployed
backyard.
comedians are doing.
Yeah, this is what they're doing. This film. Can you call it a film? There's no story. It's just a bunch of comedians telling
I have
jokes.
to agree with
but
you. I watched the trailer and I thought, where's it going? Where's it come from? Why have they brought this up?
I think they've got
Different.
2 scenes in it which were actual written scenes, and the rest of it was just these comedians telling jokes.
Mm.
And there's about 86 jokes in an 87-minute film. So
they're long jokes.
Do you remember how many? There's a lot of comedians, because I know there's Shane Jacobson.
Jim Owen.
And the lady who won the Jungle show on Channel 10, Fiona
Loughlin, yeah.
She's in it as well.
Yeah.
Jim Owen, I saw. There's a whole heap.
Jim Owen. Steve Vizard comes back.
Oh, he's back,
from the
is he?
grave. Yeah,
Okay.
that's pretty good. Yeah.
They should have got some Perth comedians in
Yes.
there. They're the best in Australia at the present
Apparently.
time.
Very true, Steve, especially one that's sitting right next to you, Luke.
This guy.
He probably would have done a lot better.
I think he would have
So
done
the movie's
really well,
worth watching, you reckon?
Look, I reckon check it out. Apparently, they're going to... They released it only over 4 days. That's the thing. Yeah. And so I think most people only
Well,
really
that's
get to
basically
see it.
1 hour for each joke, isn't it?
Yeah, probably.
Is that all? 4
so
days?
4 days, because he wanted to make it an event where people come and have a shared experience.
Who put it all together? Who's actually in charge of it?
The director is Dean Murphy, but
Yeah.
Shane Jacobson, who played Kenny famously, he's championing this film, and he's...
They say he's got money in it.
I'd say so. He's
Money
probably
to
a
lose.
co-producer as well.
Do you know what? I guess it's Australian, and I guess
Yeah.
Australians love Australian movies.
That's right.
So
yeah.
this is a comedy thing. Let's hope it's funny.
Yeah, let's go. Let's have a
When
look at
you've
the
got that
trailer.
many comedians. Thank you.
Yeah.
So what's this party all about anyhow, son?
Well, it's just a party, Dad.
Yeah, I'm told they're going to bring some jokes along, is that right?
Yeah, that's right. Jago, how are you, brother? Mate, self? Bloody well. Might need a bit more than that. Yeah, I reckon that should do it.
There was these 4 nuns, right?
This is a true story.
So this guy goes to the confessional.
There's this jumbo jet.
All right, I've got one for you.
This penguin decides to take himself for a drive.
Remember the guy who breaks into the Queen's bedroom years ago?
Absolutely nothing is happening.
Are there any questions?
What's the guts of this party? What's it really all about?
I spent my whole life making me laugh, so I thought it might be nice to try and return the favour, so...
Oh, that's lovely. What a heartwarming story.
It's just actually happened. This is a true story.
Num, 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 num. Oh, that was amazing. How good was that?
Why did you come and see me?
The old broken wax.
My wife said, sex is better on holidays. Worst postcard ever.
There you go.
That's not my dog.
Anything else you want to say?
Oh, look, yeah, look, you might miss it because it's only a 4-day release. But
I want to know
DVD
why they
when it
didn't
comes
put
out.
Paul Hogan's name first.
Well, yeah.
Paul Hogan, of all
he's
people.
the biggest name on there.
Does he
arguably,
say,
yeah.
that's not a joke, this is a joke?
You might do. Let's have a look at the top 5 movies for this week around Australia, and they are as follows. Very soon. There you go. Number 5.
Finding Your Feet.
Yep.
It's
Number
not bad.
4.
It's all right. 12 Strong.
Number 3.
Game Night.
Number 2.
Red Sparrow.
And at number 1,
Black Panther.
There they are on screen.
Yeah.
Well done. Thank you to Luke Jago for coming in and
Thank you
joining
for
us on the
having me.
couch. We look forward to seeing you in a week or two.
Thank you very much.
Steve Collins, wait around. You're after the break, aren't
Yes,
you?
I
on
am,
Bitchin'?
aren't I? Yes.
You're sitting over here in Ted's
Am I?
position.
Oh.
You are.
Oh, I hope you watch
Bitchin's
it.
coming up next. We've got some great topics. Please stay with us. We'll join you after this break. Thank you very much. Well done. Welcome, one and all, to another episode of Bitchin'. We've got all our fantastic friends back for the new year. Let me welcome them all from right to left, my right, that is. Chris from 6PR, Chris Ilsley, of course, from Perth tonight.
I've decided I'm going to be very serious this year, so this is my serious look.
Really? Oh, why change?
I haven't noticed a difference, to be honest.
And let's,
I knew you were going to say that.
Are you ticklish?
let's see what happens when we start the segment. Jen Merrigan, of course, from Have a Go News. Welcome again this year.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for being here. And of course, our regular travel guy
Regular,
from
yes.
6PR and also here on the couch,
Yes.
Steve Collins.
Thank you very much.
And you're
Lovely
heading
to
off
be
to
back. And
Cambodia.
It's lovely to be back with such a nice pair of bitches as well.
Yes, yes. And can I just say that
I
people...
thought I was thinking of the nice pair of bitches. I must have got that wrong.
Yeah, I know.
Thank you for highlighting that.
You notice how much the professionalism lasted with
Oh, yeah, that's right, yeah.
Can I just say,
seconds.
Ted Bull will be with us sometime
Oh,
this
that'll
year.
be professional then. We'll be
right. Unfortunately, he's not available today. Happy birthday to his granddaughter.
Yeah.
Let's start with Steve Collins. What's your story first?
The Border Force Commissioner sacked for helping the
Eventually.
girlfriend get a job. The Australian Border Force Chief, Roman Quaidvlieg, I don't know how you say it, it's a stupid name.
Say it again, I like the way you say it.
Quaidvlieg.
I love it.
He's been sacked after nearly 10 months of paid leave, been on paid leave
For 10 months.
misbehaviour and failing to uphold his oaths by helping to get his girlfriend a job on the force. He got his girlfriend a job at Sydney Airport. Didn't tell anybody that he was a girlfriend.
What is going on?
Well, what I want to know is how come he's been on leave on full pay all this
How long
time?
is
Do you know how much money he earned?
About $500,000
Yep.
or something.
And he was appointed by, of course, our first Prime Minister, Tony Abbott. He was his star child.
But he's been to the Barnaby Joyce detail on,
Yeah, that's
on,
exactly
on,
right.
on how
People
to
don't
employ
need
people.
to know that.
But you know why it takes so long, don't you? Well,
Well, they have to go through the process.
It's a federal public service. You have to go through the process. Anyone else would go, mate, you lined yourself up a girlfriend, see you later.
That's it. I wonder, how hard is it for them to say, okay, does person B work for the government? Yes, she works at the airport. Who signed her employment agreement?
Who got
Number
her the
A.
job?
1 day it would take. You're sacked. That's it.
Yes,
And she
sir.
should be fired as well.
You want to know a funny
I
story?
read yesterday she actually has resigned.
Good.
Has she?
Yes, yes.
All right.
What do
Well,
you think,
but I was
Steve?
going to say, I reckon it's a great idea, to be honest. I mean, if you can get your significant others, jobs and that in the public service, it's fantastic.
Do you know, I
we should all be
remember when
doing it.
my
Should we
sister-
demand more of it so we can get our own respective others in?
Well, yeah, I'm just glad I don't work in Barnaby Joyce's office, otherwise I'd be pregnant by now.
Well, you
you've
look
got
like
the
you are,
shape.
mate.
Well, I do look like
You'd have to line
months,
up.
don't I?
No, you wouldn't want to because you saw where he lived in a townhouse. We'd have to go up and down those bloody stairs.
Well, you wouldn't know who the father was.
No, I wouldn't.
You wouldn't care. But
Do you know what? This is true.
Yeah.
Barnaby Joyce, he signed up for that new Channel 10 show, Pregnant at First Sight.
I was waiting to hear what show you were saying.
Actually, somebody phoned up my radio program and said, "Have you seen Barnaby before?" And I said, "Yes." He said, "I reckon it's Immaculate Conception."
I tell you what, there seems to be the season for it. There's so much crap going on in federal parliament.
Yeah.
You know, politicians who aren't Australians, people having affairs, and now this one here with the commissioner of the Federal Border Force. I'm sorry, they know about these things. You cannot tell me that people did not know Barnaby Joyce had a girlfriend and he was having an affair. How inept would the Prime Minister be if he didn't know that, or from his deputy? Oh, you've got a girlfriend, I never knew. Come on.
Particularly when it's a staffer.
They know
and then when you get a job in
I
other
don't necessarily know
policies.
that I agree with that. I think that people could go out of their way to keep it hidden. I mean, you'd know
what
that
sort
you're
of judgment have
basically
you got?
playing with the forbidden fruit, so you'd keep your mouth shut. And let's face it, you wouldn't necessarily, especially if you were stepping out, want the wife to know, would you?
Maybe, but I think what sort of government have we got when the own Prime Minister doesn't even know what his deputy
Hey,
is
listen,
up to?
I reckon in all governments there's lots of stuff
No,
the
I
Prime
agree.
Minister doesn't know.
Exactly right.
Jen, what's your story?
Well, new cities. It's an idea worth thinking about for Australia. So there's a case for revisiting the idea of new cities for Australia in the light of the recent population projections.
What does that mean, new
and
cities?
resurgent debate about the implications of a big Australia. Well, basically what they're saying is that by mid-century, we're going to Sydney and Melbourne. Sydney will have almost 9 million people. Melbourne will have almost 10 million people, and Perth will have about 4.5 million. And we haven't even listed Canberra and Brisbane yet.
And where are we getting them all from?
Well, Immaculate Conception.
Well, a lot of it is
Barnaby's
birth rate and a
moving
lot
to
of it
Perth,
is
is he?
immigration. But you know what they do in China? They build what they call ghost cities. They decide, well, we need a new city. They build it before they move the people in because it's a lot easier to build a city if there's nobody there. And then when the people move in, they sort of activate it. Like they put the buildings up, but they don't furnish them or anything like that. And they put the services there ready to plug in and go when they start to move the people.
Do we know if they
You
work?
see, you can do that when you're running a communist country because you say, "I'm not going to go." Well, yes, you are. Or we're going to shoot you.
There'll be a tank running over you.
Yes.
And you'll say tanks, but
well,
no.
it's not yes, you're going because we're going to shoot you. It's because yes, you are because you're not going to have a farm because we're building a city on it.
So, Jen, are they saying they want to build another city? Like you might have the city of, I don't know, Target or something.
Apparently in the 70s, they looked at building satellite kind of
They
cities.
did, yeah.
Oh.
And they actually looked at Australia's population and whether, you know, perhaps out of Sydney, somewhere.
But that's what like Joondalup was when it was built. It was a satellite city of Perth.
But that's not.
But
they're
now
not satellite. What they're really talking about with these new cities is that they build them in regional areas.
Exactly right.
It's not
Get
going to
people out
happen.
there.
Australia's
people
already
don't-
proven.
well, they don't
apart
wanna
from
read.
Queensland,
It's not going to work.
Queensland is the only exception to that rule. It's not going to happen.
Well, could you imagine having the city of Collie? Who's going to move to Collie? How many people are you going to get there? 35?
Well, what I reckon.
Coal miners. Oh no, they haven't got jobs
they haven't
anymore.
got jobs
No.
anymore.
It's going to be very hard.
Dirty.
Yes. Well, it'll be things like, you know, you've got to go and live. If you want to come and live in Western Australia, well, you've got to go and live in Collie or
Mandurah,
Bunbury.
Well, they did that at the end of the Second World War. People lived there, and then they moved on anyway.
I reckon they should make Bunbury a big city, and then Cliff Reeve could be the mayor or the minister for. Or maybe the Prime Minister or whatever the Premier.
Prime Minister of Bunbury, wouldn't that be?
The Premier of Bunbury.
You could turn it.
I know
you
Cliff.
could
I
turn
know
it into
Cliff
a
very
separate
well. I
country.
think he'd make a very good Prime Minister. The only problem is, I think the PC brigade would start picketing things.
Yes, I think you're right too. Well, let's look out for this. Is this a real thing that's happening, or is someone just talking about
someone's
the
got
cities?
a
Someone's just talking about
we
it.
should do
But
it
you know,
properly,
you
mate.
think about it. What is Perth going to be like with 4.5 million people?
About twice the size it is now.
Well, yeah, but it's going to be.
Pretty crowded and pretty congested.
It is going
and
to be
expensive.
You know, last time I went to Melbourne,
It's already expensive.
Melbourne's got 4.5 million people. I lived in Melbourne up until 1998, and it was. I couldn't believe how to go from St Kilda to Camberwell. It took you 45 or 50 minutes, and that was on a Sunday.
I agree.
Traffic's awful.
And even with those,
I come from Sydney. I couldn't
even with the tunnels and things, it still takes forever. Let's move on to Chris's topic?
There was an article in the West Australian newspaper from two Pommy Sheilas. They took a trip to Bali.
I saw this one.
Now, it's interesting. The reason I found this article interesting was a friend of mine a couple of years ago took his first trip to Bali. And he came back and I said, how was it? He said, never going there again. I said, why not? And he said, mate, the great Australian bogan. You have got no idea what an embarrassment they are.
The yobbos.
He said they're sitting there walking around without their shirts or thongs on in a pair of stubbies, sucking bentangs. He said, no wonder the Indonesians hated us. He said, mate, after half a day there, I hated us.
It's true.
Mind you, what I find interesting is written by two Pommy Sheilas, who obviously must come from Britain. Have they never been to Torremolinos in Spain?
No, well, they mentioned
Which is where you get all the Pommy bogans.
Yeah,
they're worst behaved.
Greece or Turkey.
Exactly. Right.
She mentioned that.
What happens is there are certain people in our society who shouldn't be allowed to travel because they're just an embarrassment for the rest of us.
I'm a Bali goer, and often I go maybe twice a year. And this is true what you're saying, Chris. We see them all the time, and we choose to now no longer stay in Kuta, Seminyak or Legion. We stay in Sanur most of the time to get away from the Australians.
You get a better type of bogan.
They're just stupid. I mean, they do. They get on a bus. You know those open buses? We've had them where they've actually pulled their pants down and waved their bums. You know, or they're drunk, or they're vomiting, or they're doing something completely stupid. And you know what it is? We see so many kids get done for drugs or crimes over in Indonesia.
And then they go to the Australian Embassy, please help us.
And then you see them.
Keep them.
They don't learn. They don't learn. And it's true. It's just, I tend to agree with the two Pommy women. I think that it is an embarrassment when you go to Bali.
There are people that are there that are...
Did you say with no travel insurance? I wonder how they feel when they see somebody in there, what's that? Oh, I'm just sharpening the knife for your surgery.
It's true. I can't believe in this day and age people still don't have travel insurance.
Or they can't afford it.
I only saw one on the TV. There's a young guy that got injured, and they did a GoFundMe page.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, you better hope you raise a lot of money, because what's going to happen?
But why would I want to fund somebody? Why would I want to fund somebody's stupidity?
Yeah, I agree.
Hey, listen, I saw a GoFundMe page from a guy who was trying to raise 15 grand because he'd been ripped off by his girlfriend.
Has his girlfriend contributed to the page? Do you know?
You'll be surprised to know. Listen, I want you to sit down. You'll be very surprised to know. Contributions, I decided to follow this page. Contributions after about 3 months, 0!
It's very funny. Now, we're going to talk about these signs, but you haven't got your sheet of paper in front of you.
No, well, I gave it away because
it's about stolen road signs.
That's great.
I don't know about other cities in Australia. In Perth, it does not matter how many road signs get stolen because nobody pays any attention to them anyway.
Yeah.
And there was a couple of creative names, but that's okay. We'll talk about that next time. Thank you very much for coming in. Let's thank Chris Ilsley, of course, from Perth tonight.
Thank you.
6PR, 8 to midnight every night. And, of course, Jen Merrigan from Have a Go News. When's the next edition?
A new edition's out in the streets at the moment, but go to our website, haveagonews.com.au, and you can keep up to date with everything.
Any big stories in there you want to look out for?
There's a fantastic 12-page active ageing guide. We've got a great interview with John Sanders about his...
He's brilliant.
Yeah, he's brilliant.
John Sanders, as in the guy who makes KFC?
No relation.
No, that's Colonel.
Colonel Sanders.
He's the
Don't
solo
confuse
sailor
John with Colonel.
who is about to turn 79 and has just got home from completing his 10th circumnavigation of the world. Solo.
Can I make a point? Congratulations to John Sanders. Unlike our French friends who seem to get themselves in trouble in the Southern Ocean and the Australian Air Force has to go and rescue them, John Sanders manages to do it and not need rescue.
And doesn't cost us
and
anything.
10 times he's done that.
Steve Collins, of course, you're heading over to Cambodia and Vietnam. So have a wonderful holiday. Have a safe trip with Heather. And we'll see you all, well, most of you, will see you in a couple of weeks. And Steve, in about a month, I think.
About a month or so, yeah. Well, that'd be good for the show.
Well, we're hoping we may do a cross to you while you're away. Thank you very much to all our team. We'll take a quick break and be back with the rest of the show right after this. Well done, everybody. Well, welcome back to the couch on Foxtel Aurora, or on Facebook. You might be watching us. Don't forget to tell all your friends to go to our website, thecouch.com.au, and you'll see all the latest shows, pictures, competitions, and more on our Facebook page. So it's thecouch.com.au. Cara Walker, welcome back for
Hi,
2018.
Fred.
It's been a while.
Thank you. I love the new couch.
Thank you.
It's fabulous.
It's
It's
nice
kind of
to
greeny
have you
blue,
back.
very mermaidy. You know,
It
I like
is
my
actually
mermaids.
sort of cool in green, isn't
Oh,
it? Green is
yeah.
always a nice colour.
Green's my colour.
And we're talking green today. We're talking about rubbish bags.
We are.
Plastic
Ban the bag.
bags.
How many times have I been going on about plastic on the couch for like 12 years now? Finally, the government has stepped up. And you know what's amazing is that department stores were banning them before the government said. Did you
Yes,
hear that?
I
That they were like,
I
you know what?
Coles,
Yeah, they got so
Woolworths.
much pressure, but the government went like, okay, we'll finally do it.
But
It
answer a
sounds so
question
strange.
for me that people don't always understand.
Yeah.
You know those bags that we buy for $1?
Yeah.
They're worse than the plastic bags,
Well,
aren't
they're made from plastic as well. So they've got so much plastic in it. You need to use it 50 times to make it viable.
Really?
To be used. You know, if you have a single-use plastic bag, you use it once. If you have one of those thick green ones, like the green bag, even though they come in
So
every colour
tell
now.
me why it's so bad to use these plastic bags like the
Well,
Coles
there's just
ones.
so many of them. They're single-use bags. They're not meant to last for a long time.
They don't.
and
They don't even leave the shopping centre and they
12
burst.
minutes, I hear, is the
Yeah.
average time that
Yeah.
one is
Look, I've done it. I've gone to Woolworths, not so much Coles, but Woolworths ones are very cheap.
Yeah.
You pick them up, you put all your stuff in, and you by the time you get to the car,
Yeah.
it's kaboom, everything's on the floor.
Yeah, absolutely. And you take it home. You might throw it out. You might use it as bin liner, and then it goes to landfill for up to 1,000 years. And when it breaks down, it doesn't turn into compost, into soil. It just turns into small plastic particles that, in however many generations' time, it's going to be their problem.
Do you know the thing that annoys me about some of the department stores? And I congratulate them for getting on board and getting rid of the bags.
Yeah.
But what annoys me is when they no longer give you a bag, but they sell it. By
Yeah,
selling
sure.
it to you, they're just as bad as they were.
But it does work because it comes out of your pocket. See, I'm sustainable, so I'm driven to, I've been using my bags for years. I feel like a villain if I'm carrying a plastic bag. But if someone has to pay for it and they might not be sustainable, they suddenly think, oh, this has got value. I'm going to use it multiple times and I'm going to make sure that I bring my bag next time. I was living in Ireland when that changed over. They brought in a 15-cent
Oh, wow. Yeah,
tax
that's
charge.
right.
And overnight, who I don't consider the Irish to be the most sustainable culture in the world, but it changed because people didn't want to spend 15
Well, that's like
cents.
Aldi. If you think about Aldi
Yeah.
charges you 15 cents for a bag,
Yeah.
a lot of people take their own bags, those
Yeah.
multi-use ones.
Exactly.
And it does
Yeah.
save a lot of money, but if you don't have it, you pay for the 15 cents. And I guess if you're hitting people in the hip pocket,
Yeah.
it does make a bit of a change there.
Exactly.
So how do we get involved with this movement?
Well, you're going to have no choice because there's going to be no bags available. So from now on, from the 1st of July in Western Australia, we're no longer going to have bags available. The single-use plastic bags found in our supermarkets and even in your small like fruit and veggie stores and stuff like that. The nappy bags and the doggy poo bags are still around, and your produce bags, when you put your apples and things like that, they're still going to be there. And your department stores you're talking about, like your big ones like
Your
Myer
Coles,
or...
Woolworths, Myers.
No, like more Myer.
Oh,
you know
like
how they have...
Kmart and Target
Yeah, they have a
and
thicker
Myers,
plastic
David
one.
Jones.
They're actually still going to be there,
Okay.
unfortunately. And hopefully that's a ban that comes in the future. But now it's the low-density plastic bags. So you're just going to have to start getting on target now. Where are we? We're in March.
Yep.
Let's start practicing. Get your bags out now. Bring them in.
Look, I think it's a great start. It's going to be fantastic. We took some footage. We've got some footage we
Ooh.
might show you. Oh, we've actually shown it. I blinked and it went away.
We were
But
busy.
that footage I was talking about
Yeah.
was amazing because it's amazing how much plastic people
Yeah,
tend to collect.
absolutely.
And people don't realise, like I did my shopping, 20 bags. And then you know what I do with it,
Really,
don't you?
Fred, like how many times have I been talking to you this? It's honestly, did I say 12 years?
I
And you did
know.
your shopping in 20 bags.
And
like,
I threw
what
them
are you
out.
buying? And
I th-
everything's wrapped as well. Like,
Yes, but you know
why
everything.
am I here? It's not
Because
even
the
working.
bags are not strong, Cara. I
They're
have
not
to
strong.
use 20
exactly.
bags.
Then bring your reusables. You can put a reusable. You got to think of a changing habit. So it takes about 30 days to change a habit. Put one in your car. Put it by the door. Just think of ways that you can start remembering your bags, because before long you're going to get to the supermarket, and even I do it sometimes, and you're like, oh my goodness, what am I going to do? And I'm juggling, and it's pretty hard. So just start practicing now, because when it comes in the 1st of July. Now this is going nationwide, so it's Western Australia, Queensland, and Victoria are bringing it in this year. The only state left is New South Wales. The rest
They'll
of Australia
follow.
is
They'll
already
follow.
there. They
Now,
have to. It's
To
the
get more
future.
information, what do we do?
Let's go to Keep Australia Beautiful. I think they're a fantastic resource of a lot of plastics. I think we really need to clean up our act here in Australia. We're behind in so many other countries.
Keep Australia Beautiful.
Keep Australia Beautiful
Fantastic.
is a fantastic website.
And do you have a link on your website as well?
Yeah, great. Go
What's
to
your website?
ecofairies.com, or you can head to The Couch, thecouch.com.au, and you can find more information there.
Fantastic. Cara, you're always a breath of fresh air.
Thank you.
And
It's
I've
my
got to get rid of
armpit
all these
smell.
plastic bags. See, my carry bag is not plastic anymore. I use one of these things.
I don't believe you bring that with you
I
to the
do so.
supermarket. You're lying. That's not true.
Could you imagine looking at this body, That would just be a
How
snack
much
pack.
food are you going to put in
It's
that?
not exactly.
It's already full. What are you
Oh, it's
talking
time
about?
to go. Is that the time?
Got
Thank you to
little-
Cara Walker. Wonderful as always. Get rid of those bags. And I'm not talking about bags as in Cara being a bag. Bag. Oh, no. She's wonderful. She keeps lecturing me. For 10 years she's been
It
lecturing
doesn't
me.
work. I don't know why I bother.
I know.
I
You'd
quit.
think you'd give up by now. No, she's a wonderful fairy and you can catch her all around Perth. Are you going to be appearing anywhere in April?
Oh, I don't know. That's
You're
like
everywhere.
weeks away. Yeah, I am. I don't know.
Check out her
School
website. She's got
holidays.
online
Yeah.
videos as well, which help you with lots of stuff. And kids, you'll love her as well. Thank you very much for coming in and telling us about getting rid of the bags. Ban the bag. That is it for this week. Thank you for your company. Thanks for watching. We're going to go out with Danny Stefanetti with another great song, You Make Me So Beautiful. Here it is for you, and we'll see you next week, Australia. Bye-bye.
And I look to you when I need inspiration. There I said it, I'm inspired by you. And you speak the truth into my situation. The world is so colorful, wonderful in the presence of you. 'Cause you think I'm beautiful, just the way that I am. Yeah, we're unbreakable. We got this world in our hands. Oh, I think you're beautiful, just the way that you are. Yeah, we're unstoppable. 'Cause honey, we've come this far. I lean on you. You're taking on new heights. You're the sunshine that never leaves me on those dark April nights. And you speak the truth, only the truth, into my situation. The world is so colorful, wonderful in the presence of you. 'Cause you think I'm beautiful, just the way that I am. Yeah, we're unstoppable. We got this world in our hands. Oh, I think you're beautiful, babe, just the way that you are. Yeah, we're unstoppable. 'Cause honey, we've come this far. We've got this baby. We've got this baby. 'Cause I think you're beautiful, just the way that you are. Yeah, we're unstoppable. 'Cause honey, we've come this far.
This episode of The Couch is proudly supported by Crown and Andrews Board Games. Fun for the whole family. And Scoot Airlines. Get out of here with Scoot.